We are here on location at the Pennsylvania Data Center and Energy Innovation Summit. And I'm Jonathan Kirsting with the Pittsburgh Technology Council, and Comcast is powering us up today. And I have Randy Volakovich here with me from Buchanan, who's a partner with us in our study that we just released around all things with data center and energy. Randy, awesome job up there today. I mean, I think you really succinctly put some of those key findings up there and had some really cool twists that I was really impressed with.
Yeah, it's an interesting time for Pennsylvania, and really appreciate the Pittsburgh Technology Council giving Buchanan the opportunity to be a part of it and the other partners in the study. But there were some pretty clear findings, and the main finding is that Pennsylvania is already in the game.
Exactly.
We're producing power and exporting a great deal of it, and we are manufacturing a substantial amount of the goods and services that go in to run these data centers and build these data centers. The thing that we're not yet doing is leveraging the data center boom and building the bricks and the sticks that house the servers, and that's what's next.
Exactly. I think what really got me excited, and I think you really made this crystal clear, is the fact that we're one of the only states where we actually have the ability to take a lead or really be active in all three areas of this, which to me is pretty amazing. Because some people, they just build a data center, some people just produce the power. We also produce the goods as well, too. So I think we have this like trifecta going on here. If we can kind of get these all aligned, it's like the opportunities just seem incredible.
Yeah, it reminds me of why we are the Keystone State.
Yeah, good point.
It takes us all the way back to when we were named the Keystone State.
Exactly.
But Virginia is leveraging all of the power that we're producing, and they're the beneficiary of it. They're also using the things that are manufactured right here in Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
And so goes Ohio and Indiana. And so if we can get this third leg of the stool right, then it'll be a game changer for Pennsylvania's communities, our families, and all of that business investment will create a rising tide lifts all boats scenario.
100%. One thing that really stood out for me, I want to make sure I say this properly. I love this when I think you mentioned the fact that we have an energy problem wrapped up in a real estate solution. Do I have that backwards?
Electricity.
That's what it is.
Problem wrapped in a real estate solution.
There we go.
Yeah,
and
I don't pretend to understand the chips and the servers and all of that. All I know is it takes a tremendous amount of energy, and it creates a lot of heat. And so getting that shell and box right, and the power that is necessary to keep that going and cooling and all of that, it's really an interesting dynamic. But Pennsylvania can get this done right, and can get it done now.
Yeah.
We have all the right tools.
What would you say would be our biggest obstacle to actually having these things come together? Because I see this potential, I get so excited, but there's always going to be some friction, that's for sure. Anything that you think of that you think would be our biggest hurdle?
So Pennsylvania's the Commonwealth, and we take pride in having local control.
Yes.
And we all know that we have a lot of municipalities and boroughs and townships and cities. We have a lot of counties, school districts, and so we really do run things in some ways at the local level.
Yeah.
And every community really cares about the projects that are developed in their backyard.
Course,
and so
100%.
the data center developers that I know and that I've worked with have done a fantastic job of educating the communities.
Awesome.
They need to be transparent. They need to be responsive to the community, because I have seen the vibe and the mood shift dramatically after they truly hear what the story is.
Yeah. One last question for you, because I know you're super busy and we're at the event. And I'm just curious, like any big surprises that came out of the study that you're like, wow, I didn't realize like we had that much capacity. For me, it was the manufacturing side of things, just realizing how we're already making this stuff. And we can keep scaling that, which I think is tremendous.
To be honest with you, our industrial base and our manufacturing capacity and just, we help build America.
Yeah.
I wasn't really surprised.
Okay.
I was glorified to see it come out
I gotcha.
in real numbers, and Petra Mitchell from Catalyst Connections, actually names the companies to make it more real.
I love it.
I think what shocked me the most is that of all the power that we're producing, 1/3 of it is going out of state.
That got me too. Yeah, good point. That shows you just how powerful, just the power that we have, and how we're only at the beginning of this opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important for us to come together at events like this. We can really get some mind share going and look at what the opportunities are, look what the challenges are, and have some honest conversations around it.
Absolutely.
Randy, you're the best, man. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
In case you forgot, this is Jonathan Kirsting with the Pittsburgh Tech Council and Tech Vibe Radio.